So I know I look a little crazy. However, I already did the brows off camera, and that's because I'm going to be coming to you guys with a just brow, all about brow video in itself. So I like to start off with doing my eyebrows first, like I said, and then I work my way down. So I would do my eyes, and then we'll get into the face. So for eyeshadow, there's two ways that you can do this look that I'm trying to achieve. You can go in with a concealer as your base, you know, blah, 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 blah. Tap it out, and then go in with some setting powder. Or what you can do is, if you have like a brown, some palette that has type of browns or tans, you can go in with a color like that will give the same illusion, because we're going to go for like a eyeshadow but no eyeshadow type of look. So we're just going to put this. You can also use this process as a base for like if you want to do a bright color, if you don't have a like a regular primer. I'm going in with this brush that I got from Glam. Not using my regular brushes today because because they're not here. You don't have to be too precise with this. You just want to make sure that you're getting your lid. I'm gonna make sure I'm lifting that up so I can help with the creasing. Remember, like I said, you just gotta trust me, girl. You just gotta trust me. I know you don't know me, but trust me. The trick to it, to kind of give that brightening but like no eye makeup type of look for what I'm doing right now, is the setting powder. So I'm using my Sasha Buttercup. This is my favorite setting powder I've used so far. That I used so far. So now I'm just going to set that all in. So yeah, you just want to blot this setting powder all over the lid, like all over the lid, and do the same for the other side. So as y'all can see, this is literally like 2 steps. So that really brightens up the eye. Like I said, I'm really getting a little annoyed because I feel like I look a different color because of my lights, but let me see. I don't look gray, it's just my light. So yeah, I just did my lid, and as y'all can see, it's not too far off from my complexion. It's just a little brighter. So the trick, kind of giving myself a guide. You always want it to connect with your outer line, so it don't look like your liner is floating, girl. And you just want to let the pen do the work. Okay, take it over, but as you go over, you want to have a thinner line, so you want your hand to be a little lighter. And we're looking something like this. Perfect baby liner. So let me do that on the other side, put my lashes on, and then we're going to move on to base. So for face, I start off with my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And if you guys don't want to spend the $30–$35, however much this costs, I would recommend the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I also use that, and it works just the same. So would recommend. So you don't want to, you know, rub it until it's completely dry, because the point of this is to help your makeup grip onto something. So make sure you're getting the creases, the crevices of your skin. So I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit, and then I'll be back. So I am using Glam brushes for this tutorial. However, this brush, non-negotiable for my foundation. It is the Real Techniques brush 200, and I love this for my foundation. So for today, we're going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof foundation, I'm sorry. And it is water-based. Tip of the day: if y'all don't take anything from this video, always remember that they need to be the same base. So if this is oil-based, this also needs to be oil-based, so that they work together, or else you're going to be looking crackly. Your makeup's going to be doing its own thing. So pick whatever you want to do. but I'm using water-based products, okay? I don't color correct, but you guys can. And that's because my foundation is pretty full coverage. So like right there, the mark that I just had, I don't know if y'all seen it. Pretty much gone. And you really want to tap this product in. You want to move it a little bit, but you don't want to move it too much, if that makes sense. It's more so a pat-in motion. Always, non-negotiably, bring your makeup a little further down because you want everything to blend in. You get closer to the eyebrow. It's okay, girl, because we're going to fix the eyebrows anyway. And I'm really not bringing it too close up to my eyes. As y'all can see, I'm definitely two different colors. But we're not going to worry about that because that's where our concealer is going to go. So there's no need to cake up my under eye because I'm already going to take care of that. So now we're going in with the same concealer that we used on our lids. The Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer, in the color Caramel. And I'm going to place that right there. I like bright under eyes. Do what you want though. I just like bright under eyes. And honestly, this goes a long way. I have noticed that this concealer dries down pretty quickly. So you take your concealer, well, this is what I do. Take my concealer all the way down there. Kind of like that type of movement. Then I will go on my forehead, give a couple dots, and we're ready to go. I'm gonna blend this first. I guess it's kind of hard to blend the edges, but you can kind of blend the edges first. And this is really just a process of blending. So as you can see, I'm just patting. It's like stippling, like da 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 da, pretty much. The best way for me to explain it. So my camera died, y'all, but I'm still blending, Now we have a canvas to work with. It's like, nah, I've been a canvas, don't play. Period. We did the base, we did the concealer. Now we want to go into contour. So for contour, I use this e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the color Rich Ebony. It's pretty dark, but I love it. So what I do is, I used to contour down here, but ever since TikTok, I learned to contour. So the top of your ear you will want to put is right there. So I will want to put my contour right there. Okay? Right there. Okay? And I'm going to do the same to the other side. So we're looking like that. I do want to put like a dot here and a dot there. I do contour my jaw, so I'll place right there and right there. Okay, so for contour, I'm just going to blend that out, and I kind of want to keep this in the same spot. I don't want to move the product around too much. Okay, so now my cheek contour is basically done, and if you find that it's too dark in any places or too harsh, you would just, I'll go over with my foundation brush. Now this is a trick. Now makeup artists don't come for me, but like for my beginners, this is what I've always done. And if it's too dark or too harsh in certain spots, you can't use the same brush that you were just using for the contour, because all that's going to do is move around the product. This is going to go over some of the product so that you won't have any harsh lines. To me, that looks a lot better. So yeah, I'm moving on to this contour brush by e.l.f. This is the brush I normally use. It's not the cleanest right now, but I just like it better. And as y'all can see, that kind of intensifies your jawline. So now I'm going in with my Sacha Buttercup, and we're going to set everything. And this makes a huge difference. Y'all don't need to go out and get Sacha Buttercup, but I love her. I love her. So I'm going to use a damp beauty sponge, tap as we did earlier, and kind of tap excess onto your wrist, well, your hand, Now I do this, but honestly, I'm trying to just get in the swing of doing it because I really am not the best at cutting my contour, or maybe I just don't like the way that it looks, because I always find it looking a little too harsh. Like I don't want to look like I have a line coming from here to there. I don't want to look like that, so I always end up having to go in and soften that up. But as that is happening right now, we are going to get into contouring this nose. So now I'm going in with this ColourPop Such a Rush cheek palette, and I'm going to be taking this, we're going to try this shade, and I'm going to mix them too, kind of like dab in both of them. Blow. You're going to blend up into your brow, but when you start, you want to start there and like right there. Now this part doesn't really have to be perfect, but you want to get it as, you know, calm as you want it. So I go right there. I don't bring it all the way down because we're gonna blend anyways. So now I like to do that. So like a line and a line, and this is what we're looking like right now. So now we're going to blend that out. So I already started blending this side out, but I had to switch brushes. I haven't really found the perfect brush for my nose contour, I'm gonna be honest. So if y'all got any recommendations, please let a girl know. So I'm just, you know, brushing it up into that, and when I zoom out, y'all will really see a difference, I promise. And you want to make sure it's not too harsh. You want to make sure that you can see it, but you never want anything to be too harsh, especially when you're not trying to do like full on glam, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference in the look. Okay, so now we have pretty much, I would say, the outline for your concealer. And if I didn't say this before, I think I might have, but just in case, you never want to use the same contour that you use on your cheek for your nose, because it's going to be too harsh to blend out, especially if you're a beginner. I would start off with a powder for the nose, just so you kind of wipe it away, because liquid, it moves too much, and it gives you more free will to do what you want to do with the product. Powder, it's a little easier to work with. As y'all can see, like I said, this is deep ebony, this is pretty dark, versus the color that I used for my contour on my nose, and it still made a difference. Last thing I forgot to do is just go like that. Do y'all see how that just made a difference? Like, or am I tripping? This brush, the same brush I just had, take a little bit of my Nars Radiant Concealer, and we're going to put that right there. And this stuff, like I said, it goes a long way. And I actually like to tap this product out with my fingers. It's like a little kitten nose. Like I said, blend out the edges. And then, you know, work on the inside. That has made a difference already, bro. Tap, tap. You can do this with a brush, because honestly, your finger is pretty thick, especially for this line. It's actually supposed to be a little thinner. I'm actually going to go back in with a little bit more product, a little bit more of this for my contour, just to kind of thin it out a little bit. So now y'all can see a difference, and I'm going to try to do like a little side by side. Now it's not finished, because it's not finished until you know, put the little highlighter, but we're gonna get there. So now I'm gonna take a powder brush and take all of this stuff off, and then we're gonna add warmth back to the face. I told y'all I never really like the way this comes out right here. So you can kind of skip the step of carving out that contour, because it just never works for me. And honestly, Rachel, how the heck did you carve in 2 different spots? This is what they be leaving out, the mistakes, but I think it's important to show you guys how I fix my mistakes and how we still come out with a good outcome versus just acting like I never had a mistake. So now I'm going in with this brush, and I'm going to tap all over all 3 of these products. And we're going to add warmth, like I said, back to my face. And honestly, I honestly go over on my face. I see some people don't do that, but I do this to kind of blend and make sure everything is together. Because I don't like when she's not together, okay? Pretty much. So I don't actually have a blush, so what I do is I go in my NYX Modern Dreamer palette. Remember, I'm telling you, I get this palette. I tap that color and I tap orange because I like the in-between. And I just think it looks so pretty on my skin. And then we're gonna do that for the other side. It's not too much, but it still adds color to the face. This is a highlighter I got from the drugstore. NK Makeup, okay? Now I'm going in with my highlighter again, and I'm going to highlight underneath the brow bone. No, you don't have, you can skip this step, honestly. This is just what I've been doing since high school, since I started makeup, and I love it. I don't know, I just love it. But as y'all can see, the face is really coming together. So we're down to the last 3 steps. You want to take, well, this is what I do, and I just lightly, I probably look so crazy, but that always adds like that I'm looking for. You don't have to go in with a mascara under your eye for them bottom lashes. I honestly need another mascara. This is, I love Better Than Sex mascara, but I don't like how big this wand is. It doesn't really get my lashes that well, at least at the bottom. You want to highlight. Now you can do this highlighting situation before or after you set your makeup. Sometimes I do it after, so it's a preference thing. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Y'all see that? No, I know y'all see it, okay? Like, y'all see it. I don't even gotta say it because I know y'all see it. So for my lips, I use this NK lip pencil, and honestly, we down bad because we down to the bottom, and I'm about to scrape the crap out of my lips because I don't have a freaking sharpener. And then this Anastasia matte lipstick in the color Stripped. Now this looks really bright, right? But just wait. Now don't come for me because my lips is a little dry. So that's what we do. We line the lips first, and then you kind of go like that to the inner corners. And sometimes I do that, but then I go in with Stripped by Anastasia. A few dabs. That's looking hella bright, but just wait. This gives me the prettiest lip every single time. I lied to y'all not. I will lie to y'all. We besties now. So now I'm going to set my face with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finish Flawless Setting Spray.
Y'all, so I forgot to record an outro, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give this a big thumbs up. Also turn on your post notification bell so you're notified for all my new content, and as well as subscribe to your girl. All right, love you guys. Bye.